hook on the knee here. Usually try and get it elbow deep, right? So you have one, you have two, and the last point of control is gonna be a lower leg shift. So you notice right here, my inside knee is the one controlling. We wanna convert it to an outside knee. I would recommend that you don't disengage this, just put this over, because if you do, he'll just cut right through and smash me. It's much better to keep your feet together and move them as a whole unit. So at this point, if Dan tries to slide through, he won't be able to, right? So that lower leg change from the inside to the outside. And the last thing we're gonna do was we're just gonna bump our opponent forward a little bit to get his right knee here on the other side of my quad, right? Because he's on the back of the hamstring, I want on the other side. You're basically forcing him into a quarter guard. So I'm just gonna bump him up like this. Another really good detail here is if my hip is down, he'll be able to kind of smash through. I really want to turn so my tummy is facing downwards, right? So that he should feel pretty tight. If he moves around from here, it's pretty tough. If he tries to pull away, if he tries to lift, it's pretty tough, right? So again, your 3 points of control are the tight waist, the underhook here, and this lower leg shift, right? So how you get into that position, it doesn't really matter as long as you get those 3 points. Let's rotate this way so people can see. So again, you might be sitting in a regular half guard kind of thing, just like this, right? Tight waist, underhook, right? Lower leg, the hook transfer, and then the lower leg shift. And again, trying to turn down like this. Make sense? So I'm just gonna show a very basic roll through sweep. All the roll through sweep is a change of direction, and I'm gonna cut out his inside knee with my hip, so it's like a forward hip escape. Most of the time, Dan will have this overhook as a whizzer because he doesn't want me to come and take his back, right? Because if he just has it posted, I just need to push out, and I'm out. So most of the time, people will overhook, so I can't come out that way. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a hip drive, come up, and you can turn your opponent all the way over. A really good point is if you keep curling this, you put a lot of torque using my left hip on his outside thigh, right? So from there, he should feel like his right leg is pretty compromised and he can't really control it or move it. And then you can also switch the staple and come up really, really easily. The cool thing about half guard sweeps is when you sweep somewhere from half guard, you sweep like directly into a pass. They're like super compromised and their legs are usually bundled. Whereas sometimes other sweeps from the bottom, like, you know, if you do like a scissor sweep or something, you knock them down, you still got to get up on all that. Half guard's really nice that way because when you see me come up on him, he's already, like, this is a horrible position for him. My legs are already past his hips like this. So at this point, if I'm here, you can kind of like almost knee bar people from here. If they turn into you, so if the hip is up like this, you can. It's definitely there, but most people will concede the position, so you just kind of swim through. And even here like this, he's in a pretty compromised position. You're basically into a pass, as is, right? So again, setting that tight waist, you could be in whatever position from half guard, have the underhook, scoop on the leg. Oh, that's good. All good. Right, scoop on the leg, right? Initial control is on the inside, switches to the outside, lower leg shift, right? And from here, you can go immediately into that sweep. Cool, yeah. Partner up, give it a try. Half guard's really nice because it works for gi, works for no gi, works for tall guys, works for short guys, works for like fat guys, works for skinny guys, works for smart guys and dumb guys, right?